You all know why we're here. oh, tough game yesterday. Very, very tough game. Obviously, I'm mad. Very angry about the call at the end of the game. But just as much as I'm angry with that, I'm angry at the defense because there were so many different opportunities for us to score. You know, it's like Saints fans, they blame back in the 2018 or 2019, or it was 2018, I'm sorry, the conference championship game. And, you know, the no pass interference call. They still had another drive after that. Their defense couldn't hold them. They had a defense possession, an offense possession, and then overtime. And they want to blame that call. At the end of the day, for the Cowboys fans, as much as I want to blame that, flag, it cost us the game, no doubt. Just like it cost the Saints game in 2018. But before that happened, there was opportunities for us to score. Now, we didn't have opportunities after like the Saints did. We didn't have overtime. We had before, though. We had opportunities before, and so did the Saints. Multiple times, instead of taking the field goal, we went for it, and it didn't pay off. A lot of Cowboys fans were complaining that Mike McCarthy went for it. I do not agree with those Cowboys fans because this time last year, we were complaining that Jason Garrett didn't go for it on fourth down. We get a new head coach, and he does go for it on fourth down, and now they're complaining again. See, I don't understand some Cowboys fans when they talk about that. Hey, we got a head coach that's going to go for it on fourth down. We just got rid of a head coach that didn't go for it on fourth down and didn't make those plays. So now we have a new head coach that does make those plays, and you guys are complaining. I agree. If I was the head coach, I would have gone for it too. If I was Mike McCarthy, I would have gone for it too. Hey, it's fourth quarter. We're not selling for a field goal. We marched all the way down here. Let's go win the game. And it didn't pay off. The defense struggled all night long. And there was decisions based off like who was in down the stretch. And obviously we dealt with injuries. Leighton Vander Esch is a huge, huge loss. So is Blake Jarwin. I'm going to get to that later. Dak and Zeke played a great game. Great game. Amari Cooper, great game. CeeDee Lamb made the most of his opportunities. And so did Michael Gallup. The offensive line struggled. Tyron Smith was good. Zach Martin was solid. He was very solid. Joe Looney held up okay. Connor Williams did better than I expected against Aaron Donald. Not towards the end, though. And then Steele, the undrafted rookie right tackle, really, really struggled. And I think if we would have had Leo Collins, that game would have been so much easier because Aaron Donald, that last drive, really attacked Steele, and it really hurt us. Like Connor Williams, the first three quarters was manhandling Aaron Donald, to be honest. That fourth quarter came, Aaron Donald went on to a whole different level. Our passing defense really struggled on those bootlegs, which is all LA does. On a non-play action pass, they really couldn't do anything. I mean, you look at the numbers for when Jared Goff dropped back or in a bootleg play action. The numbers are in a huge difference. It's like life and death. Jared Goff, a turnover, or a 20-something QBR in the drop back, and then a play action, he was like, I think 13 for 16, 131 yards. And it shows a huge difference. Sean McVay had a perfect game plan for a pass rush that is unbelievable. Everson Griffin was absent. DeMarcus Lawrence was absent. The only one on defense who showed up, really, I could make the argument. The only one that I was gonna say, Chidobe Azuye, but he missed a couple tackles. Jalen Smith showed up and Alden Smith. That's it. I was going to say LVE for that first couple of drives. He did play okay. I was going to say Poe, but towards the end of the game, he really was out of it. Jalen Smith and Alden Smith were the only ones that really did anything. And I'm so happy with Alden Smith because when we go up against the weaker offensive line or a team that doesn't have as good as a game plan or a system to go up against a pass rush like the Rams did, Alden Smith is going to destroy that offensive line. And I think our really weakness was our run defense and our play action boot in the flats and in the top right of the linebackers, that little seam there. We played too much zone. And everyone's going to be like, our corner struggled against man. When those play action passes do zone, there's a gap in between those linebackers and those corners and safeties. How many times did Jared Goff just drop it right over Jalen Smith and Joe Thomas's head? He just like plooped them right over their heads, or right in front of them. You know, if Jalen Smith steps back, he's going to throw it right in front of him. If Jalen Smith steps up, he's going to throw it right over them, right in the gap. It happened all night long. That's what they did with Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, Higbee. That's all they did. Or those flats to Brown or to Robert Woods as well. That's all they did was play action, throw it over Jalen Smith's and linebacker's head. Sorry, I had a hiccup. Or throw it in the flats. And then our running game couldn't do crap. So like I did against the Chiefs-Texans games, Texans and Chiefs game, I did 3 key players for each side. Rams, I'm going to go Brown, Woods, and Donald. Those guys tore it up. The Cowboys, Aldon Smith, Zeke, and Dak. Everyone's going to hate on Dak for his night. He actually played really, really good. He couldn't do much, especially at the end of the game. When Aaron Donald's in your face, you can't do much. And he delivered a perfect throw, and it was a pass interference. I really don't think they should have called that. We probably could have won the game or at least tied it, and it would have went to overtime. But we obviously had a huge loss. Leighton Vander Esch is out 68 weeks, and also Blake Jarwin's out for the season. So I'm going to make a video on that, you know, talking about who should replace them. But it's a really tough loss, and we got Atlanta. So that is a huge bounce-back game. That's a huge prove-it week for our defense, especially on the run, because they're going to feed Gurley. And Trayvon Diggs had a really good coveraging game. Just Van Jefferson had a good catch on him, which really hurt him. But other than that, I am impressed with our offense, like Dak, Zeke, and Cooper. But the rest of it, offensive line, no. So I'm going to do a video here soon about who will replace Leighton Vander Esch and Blake Jarwin. So thank you guys for watching.